back. I want to do a look that's very nude, natural, minimal, barely there, like a no makeup look. I mean, that is different for everyone. Sheer, glowy, skin-like. Honestly, I found that as I'm getting older, I feel that those kind of looks honestly flatter me so much more in real life setting than these very heavy YouTube or Instagram style makeup looks, which we tend to do on here. And I mean, I still love doing them. They're very artistic, heavy full coverage foundation and like a heavy concealer and baking and contouring and using so many powder products. It can be very artistic and it looks great in videos and it looks great in photos. But then when you go outside into like natural daylight, it just looks so heavy and cakey. I'm using a lot of very light coverage products in here. I'm using a lot of cream products in here, which is something I almost never do. It's really something totally different for me, but I actually really like how this came out. I think it looks so natural. I feel like I look younger with makeup like this rather than the really heavy makeup. So I really hope you guys will find this video helpful as well. And let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna start things off with a glowy primer, and I'm gonna be using this one by NYX, and this is the Born to Glow Illuminating Primer. I think this will be really nice because the foundation I'm using is a little bit more sheer, so I want to have that very glowy finish to my skin. I'm gonna stipple that on my face, kind of everywhere. This is kind of like an experiment for me too. So I want to maybe try to do some of these more natural looks that are just less of everything, less Instagrammy. Now, the only place where I'm gonna be doing a little bit more full coverage is down here because I've had some breakouts recently. They're kind of going away, but I've still got a little bit of redness and stuff there. I think as I'm getting older too, I've just noticed that the more products I pile on my face, the older I start to look because you can really see a lot of these products start to sink into fine lines, especially if I'm using a lot of powder. I mean, sometimes you have to, especially if you have something coming up where you need your makeup to last all day, then yes, you need to like powder stuff to make sure it sets. I want to maybe have a go-to look that's kind of my minimal makeup look, just something a little bit easier, faster. So for the foundation, I'm going to be blending two different products together. Like I said, this is kind of just experimentation for me, so I'm going to see what works. This one, I really love it. This is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. I mean, it's a very, very sheer coverage. It can be built up and I do love it, but since I have, like I said, a little bit of breakout down here, I want to go in with something that maybe just a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to be using the Loreal Pro Glow. And I'm just basically applying a little bit more over the areas that need more coverage. So like down here on my chin, like I said, with the breakouts. All right, so I'm gonna use a concealer just underneath my eyes here, and I am gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape. Now you might be thinking, well, this is a really heavy concealer, and it can be depending on how much you use of this. So I'm not going to pile on a ton of this. I don't think this is going to be looking too heavy just because I'm only applying it really on the under eye. And this is, like I said, it's not a lot of product. You don't need to use a ton of this. And now for setting. So I'm only going to set the under eye. I'm not going to apply powder on the rest of my face because I want that sort of luminosity to come through. This is one of my favorite powders. This is actually one by Creolon. This is the Micro Silk Powder. It's just so finely milled. And I'm just gonna set the under eye area there. Not a ton, no baking, nothing like that. So on my cheeks, I'm gonna be using this cream blush by Bobbi Brown. This is in the shade Pale Pink. This was a little mini that came in like a travel set, and it's just really cute. Beauty blender, you know what? I'm just gonna get like a tiny bit of this blush onto the sponge. You could definitely, if you have like one of those cushion blushes, I think it'll be very sort of similar. Okay, so that's gonna be it for the blush. It's super, super light. I mean, you could definitely build this up, but I just want something really natural. I mean, even though I'm so fair, but I'm going to move on to highlighter. I'm gonna be using this cream highlighter by Clinique, and this is the Chubby Stick Sculpting Highlight. See if I can just blend that in. Oh, it gives a nice little glow. Very, again, very natural. Blend it in with the Beauty Blender sponge. Maybe just a little bit here on my Cupid's bow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just curl my lashes. I like to just do this before I do the eyeshadow part. All right, and so for eyeshadow, I'm gonna do something super, super simple. I am again using these kind of stick products. You could definitely use a cream eyeshadow if you have. So these are basically like cream shadows just in a stick form, and these are again by Clinique. These are called the Chubby Stick Shadow Tint for Eyes, and I have them in 2 shades here. One is the shade Biggest Blossom number 15. It's kind of more of like a golden pink tone. And this one is 04 Ample Amber. I think I'm gonna kind of mix these two together. I'm gonna start off with Biggest Blossom. It's kind of like this rose gold. You kind of just like paint them on. And I'm gonna blend it out with my finger. Okay, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by that one, to be honest. I feel like the shade is just boring. So I'm gonna do the second one on top. Maybe I should have just gone for this one straight away. You basically just paint these on and then use a finger. Now, obviously these kinds of products, like you don't have to use the exact same. I know there's obviously a lot of companies that make these kind of products. I'm just doing a little bit on the under eye and blending that out as well. Now, before I do the mascara, I'm going to mist my face with this mist by Bobbi Brown. This is the face mist. I do this before because sometimes I feel if I do it after mascara, it actually smudges the mascara. So, all right, quick jump. I just filled in my brows a little bit. I tried to make them look a little bit more natural since my eyebrows are so sparse. I did use a brow pencil. This is actually one by Maybelline. This is the Brow Satin. And then I used a little bit of the Benefit Gimme Brow to kind of make the hair here in the front like stand up. And then I just applied mascara on the top lashes, and for that I just used the Maybelline Total Temptation, and I think I'm going to do it on my lower lashes as well, but I want to give the top lashes just like enough time to dry because this kind of is a more slow drying mascara. So I picked up these 2 lipsticks here from my collection, and I think one of these will work really nicely. These are the Makeup Forever sheer lipsticks. These are called the Artist Rouge Light. I'm gonna maybe do this and then top it with this and see how it goes. This is L101. Yeah, this one is fairly neutral. Okay, that's way too neutral for me just because this look is already so neutral. I'm gonna do this one on top. This is L301. But I'm going to do a little bit of gloss on top, and this is one that I've been reaching for a lot. This is the Kiko 3D Hydro Lip Gloss in the shade 04. These are very transparent but super glossy. They have a little bit of sparkle to them actually, but not bright, garish, any of that holographic stuff. I just think this is a great topper for so many different shades. Like, look how glossy and juicy that looks. It doesn't really add a whole lot of color. All right, everyone, so I just finished up the look basically by using the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray, because this setting spray, I think this is not really a setting spray. This is more like a skincare product from Bobbi Brown, and this one is more kind of like a makeup setting spray, and I actually really like this. It does give you a dewy kind of glow. I think this will be great in the winter, like in this time of year, if you want that little bit of dewy glow, but I think in the summer, I don't really want to be more dewy than I already am. So I feel like this is a great winter product when you want to counterbalance any of these powdery matte finishes. I actually really like this. Different than the normal type of makeup that I wear. I mean, in my private life, I tend to just wear less makeup than I wear on my videos and, like, you know, when I'm doing these makeup tutorials. What do you guys think of this look? Is this something that you would wear? Let me know in the comments. I think it actually looks really natural and it doesn't feel heavy at all. Like, I mean, there are quite a few products that I used, but it isn't heavy feeling. It feels really natural. It just feels like skin, honestly. I'm kind of wondering how this would look with like a slightly brighter lip. Like, you could do it maybe with even like a bright pink or a bright coral and then do the lip gloss on top. I think that would work really well, but I just want to keep it really nude for this. And remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.